Hey, welcome to Let's Talk Nation. I'm your man, Rod Love. And with me is the General. When I say the General, the General Attorney Greg Jackson.
Once again, the song, brother Love. Hey, you know how we get this thing started every week, man. How's this weekend for you this past
weekend? Was
it's bittersweet.
It was bittersweet. And Greg, I don't know. I got to jump into this. You know, I got to definitely, man, or we have to definitely jump into, man, giving honor where honor is deserved, man. And this past Saturday, man, the whole entire Central Florida, if not the rest of the country, because Miss Brenda March, her celebration of life, man, was incredible.
Yeah, listen, man, let me say, so as you know, I was wrapped up in trial prep, and when I'm preparing for trial, man, I just kind of just shut out the whole wide world. And I didn't learn until 15 minutes ago that Miss Brenda March had passed away, man. And so you were just sharing with me the celebration of life, man, and I appreciate it because it could not have been for a nicer person. You know, just immensely talented in so many ways. You know, big heart, a bridge builder, a people mover. Just the salt of the earth.
Salt of the earth, Greg. Yeah. But you know, sitting there, man, just taking it all in, man, and being there to celebrate the body of her work, the body of her work, to the extent, man, you sit there, you see how she infected and affected everybody around her. And when I say, Greg, one of the things, and you know, when we used to have the conversations with Brenda, Brenda's favorite word was, phrase was, I got somebody I want you to meet. You know, she connected people, and it wasn't for her own purposes, man. It was for the benefit of others.
You know, y'all knew Brenda March. I knew Brenda Oliver.
You know, from back in the day.
I've known Brenda since about 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
And we went to Carver together. We grew up together. Her sister, Mal, Lee Van. Lee Van is a former Orange County deputy, retired. So I've been knowing them a lifetime.
Hey, so Doc, if you've been knowing them that long, then you knew all three sisters were on a basketball squad in high school.
The Oliver girls were athletes, and Brenda played basketball. She ran track, and she was a cheerleader. So you know, I knew them. You know, I grew up around them.
And look at us. And look at us having this. I mean, I think this is a testimony. Having a conversation about Brenda March and her life and the body of her work, but also think about the fact that Brenda, man, when I say she conquered all when it came to community engagement, PKZ and Doc, you know about that more than any rest of us.
Yeah, you know, she was transformative. Just hearing my former classmates, you know, like I said, we all knew her, and the testimonies that I heard this week from people, it was just breathtaking. I mean, she impacted a lot of lives, and that's how you do it. You know, she wasn't loud with it. She didn't have to put her name up in lights and have it flashing on everything she did. She did the work for real, and as a result, her life became her testimony, and her value was proven at her passing. Not that people didn't value her when she was alive, because they did, but you know, when people could stand up there and say stuff really good about you, for real,
and you can feel it. And you know what? And you know what? I'm gonna say this because we're gonna continue to navigate about this. For any of you who were familiar with Miss Brenda March, or she touched your life in any way, you hear the testimony that we're giving about her. Hey, I just want to make sure that you know the phone lines are open. If you got something that really impact you, what you know about Miss Brenda, hey, don't hesitate. Call into the show. Give us a quick excerpt of it. That phone number is area code 407-921-6195. Once again, 407-921-6195. But again, I think this is just a testament to who and what Brenda represented. And when we talk about PKZ, Paramount Kids Zone, which has subsequently expanded to other areas in Orlando, you couldn't move off the dime with getting those programs to be successful without two things that Brenda brought to the table, and that was respect and trust.
And you know, it wasn't just Brenda. I think about her sisters too, because them Oliver girls was tough, man. They did some things. They got out there in the community, and they came out of Lake Man, along with the Volleys. They were the other big family over there, Henry and Cynthia Volley and them. And all of us went to Carver, and they were very active as kids in the community. So they know what being a value to the community is all about, because they grew up in that same community. They went out and they became servant citizens.
And Brenda continued that, with the city of Orlando, Byron, Orange County Administrator Byron Brooks, he got up and spoke as a mentor to her. And Byron told a story about how at one point in time, the city of Orlando had to go through personnel reductions. And he said it was his responsibility to pull individuals in to let them know, unfortunately, they were going to be part of the reduction process. Byron said he brought Brenda in and he had the conversation with her. And you could tell that was a shining star, because Brenda almost flipped the script on him from the perspective that he was feeling bad about telling her, she was going to be losing her job. But one of the things he did say to her is that he promised her when that constriction was over with, that she would be one of the first people that he brought back. And he did. And man, look at the body of work.
No, what you don't know about that is they actually did that, but they went and found her a position till she could go back.
And look at the rest.
So you hear the unsaid parts, but I remember when that happened, and people were upset. That here's this servant, so to speak, who goes above and beyond, getting rift, reduction in force. That's what we call it. But they went and found a position for Brenda, and that's how it is. Because think about this: the city invested in this lady's talent. She had the talent, but they saw it as something tangible that she brought to the city of Orlando, and because of that talent, she was able to be a force multiplier.
Man,
and that's what it showed up.
But Greg just showed me something. Greg is about to send you something, Doc. But Greg, one of the things you and I did, man, because Brenda was that shining star. Do you remember what we did during the preview at the Orlando Science Center when you and I brought the Black Man documentary to Orlando?
Listen, man, it's something to be said about giving people their flowers while they still
yes.
And sadly to say, man, I think that's the last time that I saw Brenda was that night, and she was mad at you, and upset at me for honoring her.
We got her, though, didn't we? We got her.
Hey, you heard me, Doc? She was mad at Brother Love. She was upset at me because we brought up on stage to honor the work that she had been doing.
She didn't see that coming. No, we got her. We got her.
Yeah. So, but that's the type of person she was, man. That's just
that's a testament to her. She wasn't doing it for the shine.
Yeah.
One thing, and y'all know, Doc, like I'll hit you over the head for real. I don't care. One of the things I really dislike about Orlando folks is this fake awards thing that they tend to do. And one of y'all buddies, he's known for doing this.
Here we go.
Come on, Doc. Here we go.
No, I'm telling the truth. Don't shut me up because I'm telling the truth.
We celebrate
And giving folks
about our friend.
getting I don't care.
Yeah, but that's what I want to come.
Hey, right or wrong is the truth. Okay. Give people. Listen. Here's the problem. You giving folks who don't deserve it awards. They ain't really did nothing. It's like, okay, this year I give you an award. Next year you give me an award.
But again, and you know
Greg over there laughing because he know I ain't lying.
Hey, did you look at your phone yet?
I'm waiting on. I ain't got nothing from you yet.
You gotta send it to Facebook.
Hey, y'all, audience, y'all see how they try to shut me up?
But you know, somebody in that picture that showed Dr. Janie Lacey, who, man, everywhere you turned around, when you saw Brenda, you saw her. And I saw her at the wake, man, and I mean, I just don't know. She's a psychologist, a psychiatrist. I mean, I don't know, but I know
she's heavy.
She's heavy. Dr. Janie Lacey.
I couldn't hear you.
Dr. Janie Lacey. She was Brenda's. I mean, she was a great friend to Brenda, and I saw her at the wake and I saw her at the funeral. And I just want to say to Dr. Janie Lacey, I saw her, man. She was always on the move, helping the family with the arrangements. And our heart goes out to Charles, Brenda's husband. And her 3 children. We're going to definitely keep you in prayer. Dr. Janie Lacey, also, I just gotta say, you were a hell of a friend to Brenda, and it shows. It shows. Greg, I was telling you about one of our good friends, Brenda, good friend as well. Bishop Derek McCray. Hey, at the funeral, he gave everybody a little something to remember Brenda by. But one of the things that he said that really stuck out, Brenda always knew her assignment. She was the band instructor. And as a matter of fact, Bishop almost got it stirred up at the funeral because he looked over at Reginald McGill. And I would assume Reginald McGill went to that other little school in Daytona. Because he said that school comes up here once a year to play that other school that sits on the highest of the hills.
Highest of 7 hills.
Highest of 7 hills. Hey, he almost had folk going in there and start stumping, Greg. But he came back and brought it home that just like those instructors know their assignment, Brenda knew her assignment. And man, when I say she did it very, very well, man, hats off. And like you said, Greg, it was great to give her flowers while she was here. No doubt, man. So but I mean, Doc, if you get that what I sent to you, man, just throw up on the screen if you get a chance. But again, just
where did you send it to my phone or Facebook?
Phone and Facebook.
Okay.
But heartfelt condolences out to the family, friends of Miss Brenda March. She will be sorely missed, man.
Oh, absolutely.
She will be sorely missed. But listen, Brother Love, before we go any further, we have to let folks know that they're tuned in to two of the most influential voices in Central Florida on a Monday night podcast. Brother Love and Greg Jackson, the dynamic duo. And along with Doc Polite, we are here and we're going to raise your IQ 10 to 15 points, Brother Love. And if they want to be a part of the next conversation, all they have to do is hit 407-921-6195. Again, that's 407-921-6195. Or they can get their little Twitter page, Brother Love, and they can hit us on this Facebook thing because we can see all the messages and we'll respond to you. Now, Brother Love, right now it's time to let's get it on. Hey, man, you know what? I'm glad we just kind of took Doc down that detour road because hey, and you know what? Hey, congratulations, Doc. By the way, me and Greg forgot to congratulate you. Yeah, that's Miss March. That's Miss March. And Doc,
there goes Miss Brenda.
And that happened to be at the
Heart and Soul Festival.
Yes.
At the Heart and Soul Festival.
Congratulate me on what?
Great. Come over and take the picture. Come take this picture.
Hey, but Doc, I want to go ahead and Greg and I forgot to congratulate you too. He getting quiet.
He's like confused. Look at him.
Yeah, he a little confused.
Oh, what?
Oh, the speech you gave a couple of shows ago about the person you have been supporting, what's it?
Mandani.
Madani. Congratulations, Doc.
and we your check coming in the mail, Doc. And you single-handedly got to release 30,000 votes, man. You know that, right?
That's y'all saying. It don't move me. I don't live in New York.
Yeah, well, people in New York listen, though, man. Don't you know?
Nah, hey, good for them.
Hey, radio. Come on, man.
I don't have to live with the consequences of their choice.
What you mean the consequences of their choice? You was up there beating the drum for them.
I wasn't beating the drum for them.
Okay, no, Greg. I'm gonna call a timeout because I see what you're doing. Hey, let's go to Venezuela. I thought y'all was finna sing happy birthday to me since yesterday was my birthday. So
when's your birthday?
Yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Happy birthday,
Happy
Doc.
Birthday, Doc. Man, you know I can't sing it for you, man. But hey, happy birthday. Wish you many, many more. What did you do fun? You did something fun?
No, I sat in here and worked on this AI on these.
You ain't throw nothing on the grill?
No, it just
Doc, you really making me feel bad now.
Yeah. Because
Saturday your birthday, and the other day, Doc, something came in the mail. A big box came in the mail to my house, and it had Doc's name on it, and it came to my house.
He sent the present to himself to your house.
Hey, he sent me a gift and never told me.
Oh, look at that, man.
Oh, but Greg, you already got you. I mean, you know, your patio don't need any improvement.
Listen, man, my gift.
He got one of them LeBron James backyard.
Hey, Doc, my gift is to see you every Monday, man. That's my gift. You just keep coming back. Hey, that's my gift.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, don't be. Hey, you and your wife don't be surprised. You come on one evening and Doc and Miss Doc back there in your backyard.
Hey, y'all come on, man. Hey, you know we empty nesters now, man. We need all the shit now.
Yeah. I know that. No, but Saturday, I don't know. I just wasn't. I buried my aunt, the matriarch of our family, Saturday.
Dang.
Not that it wasn't unexpected. She was 93.
Okay.
But it wasn't heavy because I loved her to death. She was a giant, man. And I just been reflecting on the women of wisdom that I have had in my life. And you don't get to be somebody in life without, especially a black man, without black women. It just don't happen. And her, my grandmother, my aunt, my youngest aunt, my mom, those women love me. And so I was delighted to be able to honor her and be a part of her life celebration. Saturday, to live 93, that's a lot of life.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that's right. A lot of life. So, I went and spent time with her before she passed and everything. And, I just hope that I get there. I can get there and be surrounded by my loved ones. So,
Man, you say 93, Doc?
93.
93. You get to see how the world really changes.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man. 93 means what's that? 1920, 1936. No, not 36.
No, because my mom was born in 1937. Excuse me. I think her sister was born in 31 or 30.
Okay, yeah. Well, 32 because it's
32
now. Yeah, man. I mean, just imagine.
And
you're right.
Yeah, she was that woman. Excuse me.
You know how we say and think to ourselves that we've come so far, and you look up today and you see some of the things that are taking place today, and you.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, Doc, you said something real interesting, man. You said that when I asked you what you did this weekend, you said that you were up spending some time with AI. And as I said, I was telling you and Brother Love that I was in trial this past week, and I was in lovely Levy County. And I will tell you, Levy County is a county with 47,000 people. That's fewer people that's in the city of Apopka.
Yeah.
And the city where I tried the case was in Bronson, which has 1,700 people. Lots of pickup trucks, lots of dirt roads. You understand what I'm saying? And Doc, this particular trial, I use AI extensively in this trial. And I use AI, number one, to help me to identify the jury demographics that I would need for that area to best address my client's case. I use AI to help to develop a theme for my closing argument, as well as to help to identify, because I use the song as kind of like my anchor in this particular trial. And AI picked the song and picked just the right song. And we went in there. It wasn't a billboard case this time, but it was a case where we had all the odds against us for a lot of different reasons. And we came out, and the jury actually gave us everything we asked for in this case, which is not heard of. The guy on the other side, the defense attorney, double dog dared us to take the case to trial, and I was like, I'll see you in Levy County.
So Greg, a lot of people. Can you kind of let people know where Levy County is up and about? Because when you talk about 47,000 people, that's less the population that's in District 6 in the city of Orlando alone.
Yeah, I mean that's less than the number of people that's in Pine Hills.
Correct.
I mean, this county is smaller than most cities in in Orange County. And, by comparison, like I said, if you look at the city of Apopka, has what, 60,000 people now?
65,000, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so you're talking about 18,000 people less than the second largest municipality in Orange County. And the city that I was in had fewer people living in that county than what most high schools have.
How long was that trial, Greg?
It was supposed to be a week-long trial. We ended up getting it done in 3 days. You end up getting it done in 3 days, 4 days. Yeah,
so you had to go through the process of picking a jury?
And listen, man, I probably picked one of the best juries I ever picked. Like I said, had to, in order for the people in Levy County to understand what my client had gone through and were willing to give them everything else. And the other thing, too, is that we were suing Levy County. So we went into Levy County, suing Levy County. It was a great experience. The deputy who quietly tugged my sleeve and gave me some pointers, invited me to come back.
Man,
and so I invited him to find me somebody to sue, and I'll be back.
You'll be back. But Greg, you had a case.
That's North Florida, right?
This is west of Gainesville, so it's just barely Central Florida.
Okay. North Central Florida.
Barely Central Florida. Yeah.
So Greg, something interesting, I think, for people to know, because you had a big case that you were working and you came out really victorious. Was that Ocala?
Close to it is Lake County.
Lake County.
Listen, I mean, for what it's worth, I do very well in small counties.
Okay.
I mean, I do well in big counties too, but for some reason, I like being in the small counties that people feel like if you're a plaintiff's attorney, you can't go into those counties, or if there's other things about you that people recognize that you can't go into those counties, because I relate to them. And the way I related to them, Doc, is in jury selection, because I still wear my shirt and my tie, and I say my words properly when I'm in front of a jury, but I had to let them know that I was a small town boy just like all of them. And so when we talk to the jury, we talk to them about bias and how we want to identify bias. And so normally I go in and I told them, normally when I'm talking about bias, I'm talking about pie eating contests and oratory contests. I said, but let's talk about high school football. Let's do that, because I knew it was like a small. Let's talk about high school football.
You make it relatable. You talk.
That's what I said. Imagine if I was randomly selected out of a group of individuals to referee a game, and it just so happened that one team was the mighty Leon Lions, and on the other side was the Taylor County Bulldogs, and it just so happened, I can't tell, but it just so happens that I graduated from the historic Leon High School, but I was born in Taylor County, Fairfield, Florida. Now I'm an alumni of Leon, so I got to go for Leon, but so I'll let them know right off the bat, I'm from right down the road from where we are right now.
That's an icebreaker, Doc.
Yeah.
You ain't no big city boy.
Yeah.
You ain't no Yankee.
Yeah, there you go.
But
the other significant part of this, Greg, and I'm gonna just tell you, for me, it's. I mean, I know Attorney Greg Jackson could go anywhere, but for those folk who watch the program that call Attorney Greg Jackson because they reside in the metropolitan Central Florida area, now you know Greg go anywhere.
I like go anywhere.
I can relate because I'm the same way. I feel like I can go everywhere in Florida and be relatable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's something about when you're a Southern boy. You're just a Southern boy, and you know how to talk to folks, and you know when you're being disrespectful. You know when you're out of line. It's just a mannerism. I don't care whether you're black, white, or what. When you're born a Southern man, there's a way that we are expected to conduct ourselves.
But no. So check it now, and see. This is where Brother Love can't relate because he's from down there, down south. This is where he can't relate. But when you're a Southern gentleman. And when people hear this, understand. When you're a Southern gentleman, you can talk anything from football to cryptocurrency to hunting. I mean, you can go down all of those roads with whoever want to talk about it, and that's what makes a person that is a Southern gentleman. That's what makes us, like Doc said, us so relatable to everybody else because we can talk about just about anything you want to talk about for the most part.
Talk about Orange Grove. Talk about fishing.
Yeah, listen.
Hey, bear hunt.
We talk about fishing now. Come on.
What you know about fishing?
Man, come on now. Doc, you know I go out on the boat come on now. You and Greg can't outfish me, but we ain't gonna go there.
Oh, I'll fish your eyeballs out your head.
Salt water and fresh water.
Yes, I'm gonna give you the fishing part.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him the fishing part. I'm gonna give him the fishing part, but hey, ask him who can go out there and
I was fishing before I could walk.
A stand?
Yeah, hey, ask him who can go out in the stand and get two hogs with 2 bullets.
I throw my hands up. I give that to you.
You know what I'm saying?
I give that to you. Hey Doc, I will give that to him.
Yeah, you did do that. He shot us that day. But did Rod go with us?
Nah, you know he made him an excuse. He made him an excuse.
Yeah, I'll keep on making those excuses.
Oh, yeah, you
know what? But Greg, I don't mind going to the shooting range with my buddies, but it's just sitting up in that trap that a hunting stand, and staying still.
Hey, you gotta be still.
Oh, you
can be up in the stand and you can move around and stuff like that. I mean, you hunting hogs, not deer.
What did you shoot with? What did you shoot with?
Now that time I was shooting with my AR-15. I was shooting 223 rounds.
I just go to the shooting range.
Listen,
I thought you got one with a slug.
Nah, man. Nah. Listen, man. Because I know how to place my shot. I don't need no slug. I know how to place my shot.
Doc ain't come back empty-handed.
No, you did.
All right, okay. Y'all can out hunt me. Okay, I give it up. Okay.
But now I do have a way that I don't want to go test out.
The real thing.
The
real hunting is tracking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got the 270 that I don't want to go and do some. I actually want to go out west.
We got the Ocala up here, wildlife.
Y'all got some interest. Y'all have some.
But I'm kind of. Hey, it's kind of the wild west out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got some exotic stuff up there. Y'all got buffalo and everything else on some people's properties out there.
But you know what? This is a perfect segue. First, I want to say congratulations, Greg, because man, you know.
I'm trying to see what you're gonna segue to from this.
Well, I'm gonna segue because when y'all talking about precision and laser precision, when you're talking about, and I hate to go here, but we were having a conversation, man, about these boats.
I thought we were talking about buffalo. You're gonna say we're talking about bull, so you're gonna talk about Diddy and.
No, that's a good one too. Man, when Greg, I mean, Doc, have you been seeing the precision, the technology that's incorporated with these boats that have been being sunk out of the coast?
I have, and I'm mixed on this one.
Well, everybody's learning about this. What is it? Double tap?
Yeah. You can't double tap like that.
But now the way it's been explained now, it's been explained a couple of different ways because what some people have said is that the 2 guys were hanging onto a piece of wood.
Yeah.
But then the other part that I heard is that they weren't hanging onto a piece of wood. They were actually trying to turn their boats back over and call it to another boat that was in the area and that they had weapons on the boat.
First of all,
it was to destroy the boats and not the individual.
Well, you see,
first of all, if they had a boat that they were trying to turn back over, that's not a weapon of war. That's a canoe. They ain't gonna flip a boat back over, so they lying.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I gotta go with that.
That's not that's certainly not that size vehicle vessel. You cannot flip. You've been in the Zodiac.
Yeah.
You know how hard you can't flip a Zodiac back over.
Yeah. No, you got a point on that.
So and that's the smallest vessel of war. Probably. Well, we perfected the technology because we
talking about Venezuela now, so
but I'm saying the Zodiac can be armed. You know, they have different arming packages for those based on how they're being deployed. But when they said that, that's what said no. That to me, that's what made me very skeptical about what they were saying. The fact that they said, well, they were trying to flip the boat back over.
Well, the entire conversation now is geared around the fact that when you look at survivors and, this devil tap, and Greg, you and Doc can talk, because that was the first time I heard the expression about the fall of war.
Yeah.
But we don't want Americans to be, I don't even know what the term is, Greg, I want to use, but when you are a survivor of that, you don't want to see somebody killing survivors.
I mean, enemy combatants or someone who is, in the waters, you're supposed to lend them aid. And a part of the reason why they said they didn't is because of like what I was just saying, Doc. They were saying they were trying to turn over the boat. There were weapons still in the boat. Plus, they were calling in another boat in the area, and so they felt that they were still a threat. But my question on this is a bit more rudimentary than that. But how do we feel? What do we feel about the U.S. engaging and shooting down boats that has drugs on it? I mean,
by international law, that's not an act of war.
Not an act of war, but I mean, is that too heavy-handed to deal with the situation? I mean, so what's next? So hold on, wait. What's next? Hold on, wait. So what's next? If a person is transporting drugs from Miami to Orlando, can they now get a tow missile and shoot that car down?
You got an excellent point.
Yeah,
but also, counter to that is look at the what was it, 20,000 tons of
marijuana is what I heard.
Marijuana? Was it marijuana?
Marijuana. These guys are talking about something much more, much more heavier weapon, heavier drug. But the point is this too heavy of a response?
This is not the way. This is what make terrorists. This is the kind of actions on our behalf that makes other countries become terrorists. Whether they want to say that or not, but a lot of
hold on, wait. Let me ask this question: what if China or a plane coming from China with fentanyl in it, or the materials to make fentanyl is flying over? Can we not shoot that plane out the air?
Well, look at Afghanistan.
The war on drugs.
Afghanistan produces more opium than any other country in the world.
Right, but Greg, to your point, and I see exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
This can really open us up to something much larger than what we ever could have anticipated.
Yeah.
Think about this. Here we are. Our actions starts to produce terrorist cells in Venezuela, right near us. The border is already a sieve. Can you imagine terrorists really coming and going?
I mean, listen, remember, just the day before Thanksgiving, there was an Afghan national that shot 2 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. And a part of what came out of that is that this person was actually radicalized here in the U.S. and radicalized in the U.S. after some of the stuff that's taking place and what's going on. How many other people are sitting back watching what's taking place and saying, if this is a response to drugs, if this is a response to this, how much more devastating is the response going to be to other things?
Listen, we have to be forward thinking. Just imagine the level of chaos. I'm just talking hypothetical scenario. If we turn around and all of a sudden we had car bombs in the middle of LA, in New York, in Miami. Okay. Imagine the devastation and the chaos that would cause. Nobody's going to work. And here we are, they say, hey, y'all killing us, because that's what a lot of this stuff is. It's cause and effect. It's very much cause and effect. We don't need to do this. That's the sad part about it. The way that this administration is handling this Venezuela thing. This is about oil. Bottom line.
It's about oil. But
what else could we possibly have an
but the U.S. can produce more oil than any other country in the world. So I don't know if it's about oil or if it's about something else. But understand what I'm telling you. This is the part that scares me more than anything else. And I want people to hear me on this. If they can do this now and declare this as a tactic for the war on drugs. Remember, Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan, their war on drugs was to go on and do public service announcements and things like that. But this particular war on drugs, at what point is it that this administration or any administration will say, well, you know what? If we can do that and we can stop them from coming in from Venezuela, from this place or that place by using these weapons, at what point would they say, okay, now it's okay to use similar types of weapons against somebody from Miami or somebody from New York or somebody from California, somebody from Texas that's transporting drugs?
So I mean, and as you're having a conversation, Greg, I'm just thinking to myself, the level of force used based on the type of crime. I mean, I'm thinking, I mean, the more you talk, I'm thinking if we knew those boats had that much drugs on it, is there the possibility that we could have sent our forces out there to stop, to commandeer? I mean,
what stops them from, instead of shooting down these boats, what stops them from intercepting those boats, having someone to get on the boats, whether it's a strike team or whatever, remove everybody from the boat and put them in Gitmo? I mean, but to indiscriminately, or maybe I should say indiscriminately, because I don't know what the strategy is, but to now use weapons and missiles against people who are in boats, and they're bringing drugs. Don't get me wrong. They say 100,000 people per year.
How are they verifying that these are in fact drug boats?
That's another good question. And like I said, I understand that they say that 100,000 people per year die because of the drugs that are coming into this country from places like Venezuela and things like that. But at the end of the day, number one, Doc, to your point, how are they verify before they shoot these boats down that this is a legitimate drug operation or drug boat that's coming through? And then number two, why is this the preferred method to address this now?
Hey, Greg, my question for you, what we've seen taking place, is there a difference between this taking place in international waters versus?
I've never heard of this done anywhere.
Okay.
Doc, you ever heard of any other country doing this?
Of what?
Using military force in this way to go into international waters to shoot down. When I bring down boats, I should say.
When I bring it up from the perspective of our laws and the laws of due process and things of that nature. Does it vary?
I know in Indonesia, if they catch you coming with drugs, they kill you.
But listen. I mean, that point now. But listen what you said. If they catch you coming in, which means you already breached their border.
And we're not supposed to be doing this in international waters.
Listen, people with much bigger brains than mine have figured this out, and apparently it can be done because they figured this out. My issue is, I think that this is too heavy-handed of a response in what they're doing. I mean, listen, you may have some people who may have been kidnapped and saying, hey, I want you to go deliver these drugs, else we're going to kill your family. Now they're on a boat thinking that they're going to save their family, and a boat is getting shot down, and they're being hit with missiles and killed, and all they were doing is trying to save their family. And I'm not listening, and don't get me wrong, I don't do drugs. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of drugs. I wish that they could find a way to get rid of all of this stuff and to save the people who make the decision to use drugs or to take drugs. But I think personally that this is just a heavy-handed response.
Okay, so to your point to that, and let me ask this question. whose responsibility, who's obligated to govern that level of, and I'm just going to Congress. I mean, because now you hear in the House and the Senate, conversations are being had about what's been taking place. And I think the conversation has only really started to take place because everybody's hearing about the double tap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, the conversation's been had even before then. I mean, even before now, but this particular instance where they're saying that these two guys, two people were hanging on to a piece of wood and they were struck again, and that's what's really and truly getting people's attention, because if the vessel has already been disabled, what's the use and purpose of hitting it again? And what it does is it's putting us, as somebody, and Doc, you travel like I travel, but as a person that travels overseas quite a bit, it puts us in a precarious position when people look at us and they feel like if they do it to them, we're gonna do it to them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just
and you get a different look when you travel as an American now. That was one of the things we encountered on the train coming back from Paris. We got stopped by immigration and really overassessed. I won't say they did it to the point of being rude, but too much attention was paid to us, and we just man and wife.
Hey, we got a caller calling in. Caller, you are on live with Brother Love, Greg Jackson, and Doc Polite. How can we help you, Doc? What's going on?
This is John Burns.
Brother Burns, what's going on, man?
I would love to have this conversation with you, and just to address one of the issues you mentioned was that the Venezuelan gangs have been declared as a terrorist organization, and that gives them the right to go after them. As far as I understand, and again, I've been fascinated with it, so I've been following it a little closer. But my understanding was that they were, as long as they're attacking the boat, and what I heard was the boat was still floating, it still had drugs in it, so they eliminated that. And in the doing so, they eliminated any individuals that were attached to it.
Yeah, I mean, and I've heard the same thing as well, Brother Burns. The thing that I struggle with, and I'm gonna be honest with you, is this the best way to address drugs coming into this country? To go into international waters and to bomb boats, and not listen. They have drugs on them. I'm not disputing that those boats have drugs on them. But is this the response that is warranted for people who are on a boat with drugs on it, who are not actively engaging and firing upon military personnel or anyone else?
A fair point. This falls under the Monroe Doctrine that's been around for a long time.
Listen, aside from me and you, who knows about the Monroe Doctrine? Tell these people what the Monroe Doctrine is.
I know it is.
The Monroe Doctrine, in essence, protects our own hemisphere.
Okay.
And the discussion that's been coming out is if we're attacking people in Iraq and Afghanistan, et cetera, then using the same rationale, if we have terrorists here, and this has been declared a terrorist organization, that's the connection, that's the dots connection, then it would be more in our best interest to handle it here than it would be in Afghanistan, et cetera.
But now you know who else they've declared as terrorists in this country also, right?
Sure, of course.
The gangs, the gangs are taking over. Well, no.
Have jurisdiction over this.
No, I'm saying like the gangs that are coming to like some of these communities and these towns.
What is it? MI6 or something?
MI6, trade whatever. But now, but listen though, and these are people that are in this country that are deemed as terrorists, and they're not met with this level of hostility. And I hate to say hostility because I'm an American. You understand what I'm saying? But sure. I think that the response to Venezuela in international waters for drugs, I think it's just heavy-handed. And I think that as a U.S. that we could find a better way than to put ourselves in the in the eyes of the world, of the rest of the world, as being seen as bullies, going into international waters, bombing people with drugs on the boat.
Hey, John, thanks for calling in. And while Greg is correct that probably you, Doc, and Greg are the only individuals that are very familiar with the Monroe Doctrine, but a lot of lay folk like myself, while I know the Geneva Convention doesn't apply because that applies to prisoners of war.
But in this case, they would be enemy combatants.
And talking about the treatment then
of
that.
Right.
So
well, but let's remember now that for years now, what they've been doing is interdicting, taking the drugs and arresting the people, but that hasn't stopped them. So this next level of aggression, if you will, is designed to make the difference. And my understanding is that it's reduced boat travel by 91% or something to that effect.
But now let me ask you this question. Do we know what percentage of drugs is actually coming from Venezuela and making it into the U.S.?
Well, remember, this is a focus because this has been declared a terrorist organization, but also this is an illegitimate, close quote, government, because this person has been voted out, but he is a narco-terrorist. So our government has taken the posture that he's not the rightful ruler of this country.
I mean, but that's according.
Using this as leverage to get him to leave the country.
Right. That's according to us. What do they say? I mean, now we are dictating what people in their own countries they recognize as. But hold on, Doc. But this is my question though. Do we know what percentage of drugs is coming from Venezuela into the U.S.?
I don't know that number.
And the reason why I ask is because I struggled because I believe that the percentage of drugs is coming from other countries in a much higher percentage than Venezuela. And that's what concerns me about this, because if this is a war on drugs and we're using this level of weaponry against this country, what are we going to do about these other countries that are, in my mind, I think, are bringing in a higher percentage of drugs into the U.S.?
Yes, a very good point. And but I would also add, there's another issue here in that Iran, Russia, and China are both setting up, if you will, camps, so to speak, in Venezuela.
Exactly.
It is a rogue government.
But then John, how do you pair that? But how do you pair that with the just recent pardoning of who was the former president that was alleged to?
I know you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Who was it, Brother Burns? You know who we're talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm trying to pull up his name.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. Doc, who was it? You remember?
For what now?
The president that they just pardoned.
Of Venezuela.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
The one he pardoned.
That was allegedly.
He
just pardoned him and released him from prison.
Yeah, I can't think of who it is. Yeah,
for drugs, right?
But Brazil, I think, was he the?
I want to say it was Brazil.
Or was it?
I want to say it was Brazil.
No. But listen, I get it now.
He was under the again. Trump sees himself as someone who has been put upon because of his politics that war, lawfare was enacted against him on numerous occasions, and he believes that's what happened here. That this person was unduly prosecuted because of lawfare.
Right.
And that's the basis of his either commuting or pardoning his what has occurred to him.
Right, Doc White, what you saying?
Yeah, so I think this, and John's absolutely right about the Monroe Doctrine, which is basically, not allowing European interference in the Western Hemisphere. So if we got China and these other countries now using Venezuela as a launching pad, yeah, that's a threat to our security.
The IQ's going up, man. Monroe Doctrine, never heard of it before.
So if that is in play, then that absolutely, because you got to think about the fact that this guy is financing all of this stuff with drugs. So that gives a justification. Maybe that's what they're not. That's what's going on, but they're not explaining to the American people in detail.
Exactly. This is why we have Doc here, because he's smarter than all three of us.
No.
Hey, John, we wind it down, but John, certainly appreciate you calling in, man, because you pumped those IQs up, my friend.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate you as always, man.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Hey, boy, I tell you, those IQs went up.
Yeah. I mean, I still struggle with it though. I get it.
Yeah, I do too. And you know that your military mind is flipping, and I can see it.
Yeah.
Because we understand rules of war and rules of engagement.
Yeah.
And you have to think about the long-term harm, diplomatic harm that can come out of this. And I can see this creating terrorism in Central and South America.
Locally, you talking about a similar slope.
It's very diplomatic. And Doc is right. It's very diplomatic because what's happening is if someone looks at this and they say, look what they're doing to this country, that is what can build an alliance between a Russia and a Venezuela, a China and a Venezuela, a North Korea and a Venezuela. It's easy for them to, and Doc, it might be about oil, because Venezuela has oil that they can sell.
That they can sell on the open market.
Right. And so this is
that empowers China and Russia and Iran.
North Korea tries to be a player in that market too.
Exactly. So
and it just concerns me that
there's a lot of Chinese now building in Jamaica.
Listen, there's a lot of Chinese building all over the place. I mean, if you look at the Panama Canal Zone, remember that's so when the Canal Zone was sold, I think it was back in '89 when Hudson Walpole came in and they controlled the ports. That's a Chinese company. China has been in this hemisphere for at least 3 decades, if not more. At least 3 decades, if not more. And if they're able to build alliances and allegiances with these countries that are just on the outskirts of the U.S., what are we setting ourselves up on the outskirts of people that can slide in and out of this country?
But see, I don't want to sound racist, but I'm going to tell you this. This is the problem with foreign investors coming in and buying up properties. You have to be mindful of that, of where that allegiance. If you go look at properties owned in Pine Hills. That's all I'm gonna say. Look at commercial as well as houses, and look who owns them. You would be shocked. And this is a pattern that plays out in many places, especially the Midwest, where properties are, where these industries have abandoned those people. Those foreign interests are coming in and buying that up. They're being financed with shadow money from governments who are in reality a detriment to the United States, and we just selling it.
Okay, so we're having this conversation here now, and I'm gonna ask Greg and Doc because we're winding down. What should we be looking forward to? Because keep in mind, I mean, we're having this conversation, but there is 2 other bodies that do have some say on what's taking place here, and I am, of course, talking about the Senate and the House.
Well, I mean, you look at the Senate, the House, as well as the courts.
Oh, yeah, the courts, right.
But I'm gonna have to pivot on you on this one because Doc just brought up another point, Brother Love. What do y'all know about this Somali scandal that's taking place in Representative Omar's area?
Was this about with the governor Waltz? Is this?
No, not just that, but where they say that there was PPP money, COVID money that was used by individuals of Somali descent, and come to find out they were taking those funds and sending them over to Somali rebels who are vehemently against the U.S.
How did that ever happen? I mean,
that's the
big
question. And by doing things like this, and listen, by doing things like this with Venezuela, are we building sales like that, or the opportunities for sales like that to be to infiltrate this country
and fund it with United States dollars.
And listen. Somalia has long been a very terrorist state. People don't want to say that, okay? But they are certainly, they got it down pat. They have financed other terrorist cells in other countries. So remember Black Hawk Down? You know, Black Hawk Down was actually a real action that took place.
Yeah, but here's the other thing too, though. For people who don't know, so in is it Michigan? Where is Ilmar? Is it in Michigan?
It's in Michigan.
Yeah. So in her district, which is largely made up of Somali descendants or Somali nationals, that area has been found to have an unproportionate or disproportionate amount of monies that came to them from COVID funding. And those monies that were given to them from COVID funding appear to have shown up in other countries to support and promote terrorist activities against the U.S. Now, as an example, there was this one restaurant, 18 seats or so, that claimed that in a year period of time that they served $12 million worth of food.
Come on, man.
How does that happen and the U.S. government not keep track of that money? And those monies, obviously, it was not a real service provided to anyone because they didn't serve that number of meals. But those monies have now been sent over to other countries to be used against the U.S.
To your question, though, Greg, how does that happen? I mean, a small restaurant, $12 million. How does it happen?
So somebody was asleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
Somebody was asleep at the wheel. I mean, listen, somebody was asleep at the wheel.
Hey, well, Doc.
Hey, that's one of them cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
You know, it's a cuckoo clock store. You know the adage about a cuckoo clock store?
Mm-hmm.
Money laundering. Who the hell buy cuckoo clocks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Greg, something that you said in the introduction, man, and I got to really give it to you. Tonight, if your IQ didn't go up, I don't know what else going to help you.
Listen, man, we came in to talk about Diddy and the college football playoffs. And look where we went.
Yeah. But I guess we're going to have to save it for later.
Doc, if they look at it says P. Diddy and 50 Cent.
Listen, if y'all, let me say this. If this is must-see TV, you got to watch this documentary on Diddy that 50 Cent put together in finance.
Listen, this question I have now. Why is 50 Cent so obsessed with Sean Combs?
Because Sean Combs tried to screw 50 Cent. He tried to groom him when he was getting in the industry.
Really?
Yeah, man. Watch the documentary. Watch the documentary.
Oh, this is not about envy. This runs deeper than
hey, they expect this man is raped men and women.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Interesting.
Watch the documentary.
Tell you what, the audience is gonna have to tune in next week if you want to.
Before you go there, and don't forget, if anybody got hosed, it was Notre Dame
In the playoffs.
The college football playoffs.
They got bumped.
Yeah, they took their ball and went home.
They wish they could have.
They ain't playing no more. They went home.
I tell you what, tune in next week on Let's Talk Nation. My friend Greg and Doc, y'all don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here. Hey, tune in next week. We'll love to have you have us. Come on, y'all. We'll see you next week.